Hello everybody and welcome back to another GeoGuessr Pro community video. Clearly, it's tough to miss what we're covering today. There are 11 states and Washington, D.C. that only deal with one area code. Amazing. It really is. Some of these are large states, some of them are medium-sized states, and then you get Rhode Island, which is not very big at all. So it definitely does help to know these area codes. Obviously, without having multiple area codes, you will find a surprising lack of area codes when looking around maps. So as of right now, there's only 10 locations per state and or Washington, D.C. And hopefully the map, which is made by FightingQuaker, will help you come to an understanding of what those area codes are and what to expect. And then the map, which we did make, is pointing at those phone numbers, kind of like virtual flashcards. That's how I would put it. Where you can see the phone number and take that phone number and figure out exactly what state you're in. And hopefully that will help you narrow down where in the United States you need to guess. Now, this is a single area code. The next video in the USA State series is going to be with two. There are a few states that have 2 area codes, and we'll go up the list until we get to California, which has 36. That map itself is going to suck. I'm just throwing it out there now. But let me show you guys the map. So this is the map that FightingQuaker 17, a member of the GeoGuessr Pro community, has made for us. As you can see, we have Montana out here at 406, North Dakota 701, South Dakota 605, Wyoming 307, Alaska is 907, Hawaii is 808, Maine is 207, New Hampshire is 603, Vermont 802, Rhode Island 401, Delaware 302, and Washington, D.C. 202. Now they all have relatively low numbers. Each one of them is a single digit followed by a 0. Every single one will have a 0 as the middle number. I don't know if that is the only ones that will have. So if you see a 0, you're going to know it's one of these. I'm not confident about that. There are over 300 area codes throughout the United States, with 6 being New York City alone, which is pretty much the little dot where the plus sign is. So there's 6 area codes in that small little circle right there. So clearly there's a lot to learn when it comes to area codes. But these are every single area code we need to know for this video. Now, I am going to keep this up for the sake of the video. However, it's best if you do want to learn to not really use this. And we'll probably play 2, maybe 3 games. There are 12 different states we can get. Hopefully, we get a good variety of those. But, again, you never know. I will be linking this image as well as the map made to learn these in the description below. But let's get into the game. So here we are. Obviously, I made this map. I'm going to know where most of these locations are. There will be a phone number every time. So right now we have 605. Now if you do go click over on the map, that is going to be South Dakota. It does say Dakota Agency, Insurance, Roll Agency. We can move, but the whole point of this is here's the phone number. Learn the phone number. Figure out where you are. Now, I do know I did South Dakota, and I do know we're kind of on 29 to 90. We could be anywhere kind of over here. I tried to get as diverse as we could. However, not everything worked to our advantage. It does end up being the eastern edge of South Dakota, so not so great. Ends up being in Brookings. So, obviously, we can move, we can find locations, but that's not the point of this. The point is to learn the phone numbers. Number 2, 701. That is going to be North Dakota. So we are somewhere in good old North Dakota. Now I actually remember this. The town is Pembina. We're not going to spend the time looking for it. But I believe North Dakota also kind of follows that same line. Pembina is all the way up here. I'm surprised we found it, but it's going to be on 29 and 94. I believe there are a few down here. But it's also where the coverage is, and we don't necessarily always have great coverage. Next round. We have a 603. Now 603, if you look at the map, is going to be New Hampshire. So somewhere in good old New Hampshire, on the corner of Sagamore and Pine. Now, so far we've been pretty lucky. We've been 3 for 3 with different states. This one's pretty much all over the place. Just guess the middle. But all these phone numbers are pointing us in the right direction. 907, which means we are in Alaska. Now, Alaska and Hawaii were two of the tougher ones because they are so big and there's nothing really else around them. They don't like to show their area codes. We do have Anchorage, we do have South, we do have up to Fairbanks, but there wasn't a lot of coverage. Let's go with Fairbanks here. And it actually does end up being further south over by Wasilla. And then we have a 406. So we were actually pretty lucky around. We got 5 different area codes, which is great. That means it's working the way it's intended. This ends up being Montana. So if we go on into Montana, I believe we kind of followed the major road 94 and 90. I don't exactly remember where it is though. So let's just throw it randomly down. It does end up being a little bit further north. I tried to get the 4 corners and all throughout. I tried to get an even distribution when I made this map. And if we spend the time, we could probably figure out where we are. But so far, 5 for 5. Let's play it again and see if we can't get 5 different, right? Because we kind of want to show everything off. Here's 907. We're back in Alaska, so not so lucky this time around. But as you can see, we now know for a fact this is Alaska. Next round, we are getting a 401. Now, 401 is going to be Rhode Island. I believe it even says RI right here, which could be another good clue. But this ends up being Rhode Island, the smallest state. You could probably just throw it on 95 and get pretty lucky. It does end up being further to the south, but 18 miles is nothing. That's easily overcome. We have I believe that's a 302, which ends up being Delaware. I'm pretty sure it's a 302 at least. So let's go on over to Delaware, also a rather small state. Kind of guessed near the middle. It does end up being over in Dover. Then we have a 406, which Montana again. So let's go on out to good old Montana. We'll go outside of Billings. And it actually does end up being outside of Billings. So overall, I think this is going to be incredibly helpful for a lot of people. Here's the phone number. I'm pretty sure that's an 808. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Hawaii. It's definitely a tough one to see, but you know what? There's not much we can do about it. Now, each island has coverage, except for like the small ones, obviously. So it just depends on what island we chose. But not bad. I think and I hope that these maps and this map itself, so the map of the image and then the map you could play, I hope they're going to help you guys learn these phone numbers. We will be working on other ones for the United States. If there's any country you would like to see, by all means, please let us know. We'd be happy to assist you. I know that we have a Vietnam tutorial planned, and that's going to be released sometime soon. So if there's a country that you guys need help with, if there's an idea you guys want to see, by all means, let us know in the comment section. But that is going to be where we call it. Hopefully, this helps you guys out, and hopefully you guys become better GeoGuessr players from it. But until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye.